After a great day in Georgetown, Grand Cayman, we're now heading towards Havana, Cuba. Another day at sea, and we're sitting at our favorite table at the back of the ship, having lunch as we travel from Georgetown to Havana. Salad and mulligatawny soup. I had beef Wellington, and Rachel had the Iberico pork. When we wake up next morning, we're in Havana, Cuba, the key on the coat of arms representing Havana as the gateway to the New World. For Rachel and me, this was a magical moment, as this had been on our bucket list for many years. Rachel's Afro-Latin jazz connections making it a very special treat. We've all heard about the vintage convertible cars in Cuba, and it's the first thing we saw. The second thing we saw was a horse and cart. They are clearly pollution conscious. Not a pickup truck in sight. Though their efforts to get clean air are not helped by foreign cruise ships. Our exploration begins when we walk outside of the cruise terminal and are confronted by the Plaza de San Francisco. Unmistakably Havana. Now we feel we've arrived. We decided to take the bus ride and see a little of Havana. We'll take a look at the old city later. The 2-hour bus ride will take us on a trip of Havana. It's quite warm today, and there's a little breeze. Havana is one of the oldest cities founded by Europeans in the Western Hemisphere. The Spanish established the city in 1519. We first went down the Port Avenue, the top of the bus giving us a great vantage point from which to see the city. We were immediately impressed by the open spaces and pretty squares. In past times, it was a vibrant city, and at one time was known as the Paris of the Antilles. We headed toward the renowned Malecon. In some cities, the open-top bus ride can be a disappointment. But here there was much happening, and it was a real pleasure to look around and survey the varying scenes before us. Beautiful architecture reminds us of its historic past, and certainly we were getting an insight into life in Havana. From time to time the bus stopped and we had 10 minutes to explore, and even the option to wait for the next bus if we wanted more time. As the bus travels along, we have the opportunity to see many great sights. It's not just a beautiful city, it's a fascinating city. And even as we traveled along on the bus, I was wishing I could get out and explore a little. Every now and then we're reminded that this is Havana, uniquely so, famous for its mambo and cha-cha dances, distinctly Caribbean, but with European overtones. The bus allowing us to get a bird's eye view of life here. At times the bus would whisk us from an imposing tree-lined avenue, past an old fort, and then there would be an ocean view. And on a day like today, a sky that Constable would envy. The Hotel Nacional de Cuba, the Monument of the Presidents, and next the Revolution Square, the Jose Marti Memorial, and the Ministry of Communications. The Cristobal Colon Cemetery. This is like the bus on which we traveled. A fun ride that enabled us to get a good overview of the city in the short time we were there. Some impressive hotels, The bus then retraces our steps back to the center of Havana. It was an enjoyable ride. A reminder here that Ernest Hemingway was here. He bought a home near Havana and lived here for 20 years, writing many novels here, including For Whom the Bell Tolls and The Old Men in the Sea, after which this hotel is named. So we make our way back to the port after a very enjoyable trip. The bus dropped us back at the Plaza de San Francisco. And something immediately got the attention of Rachel. The sound of mariachi music, Cuban style.
En el Parque La Paloma, junto al Caballero París, con los mariachis siempre, tocando siempre aquí. Baby, la California. Every day, la 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 la. Antes de cantar California. La paloma se va, la paloma se va, la paloma se va.
Chopin appeared aloof from it all.
Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, agítala y sí. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, un jardinero de
I think they enjoyed it just as much as Rachel did. So as we return to the ship, we're happy, especially knowing that the ship will stay here overnight and we'll have another day to explore.